بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran at the end of Fussilat, he says in the last page, the chapter of Fussilat, he says لا يسأم الإنسان من دعاء الخير وإن مسه الشر فيئوس قنوط. He said that mankind will never give up from making dua for good things. يعني لا يسأم الإنسان لا يمل. He doesn't get bored for making dua for good things. وإن مسه الشر فيئوس قنوط. But if evil, as he perceives, was to befall him or to be afflicted by that, then he is someone that is ya'us. He is someone that becomes in despair. يعني يأس وقنوط يعني يقنط من رحمة الله. And they're the ones that they give up on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and have what they call su'u dhann bihi. They have bad perceptions and thoughts about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is very important, because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discloses the listener or the reader about themselves and the reality of their behaviors and their psychology and the way that they act based on that, it's very, very important to take that and to take heed to that and to look at yourself and have that self-reflection. So when he says here, good befalls them, they never give up from asking dua for good. But when that which they do not want, which they did not anticipate, which they did not desire, they give up on Allah. And what are some ways when we make dua for something and we don't get it? We ask why. But the attitude of asking why is an attitude of, why didn't you give me what I asked for when, that particular day I fasted, or I did a good deed, or I helped someone, but you gave me that which I didn't want. And your why is a why of disappointment. And then something else may happen that is not in your favor, which you didn't want. Then you start to have su'u dhann about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You start to have bad thoughts about him. And that's very, very important when Allah discloses to us the reality of ourselves. That's when one should stop and say, have there been times that I made dua and I didn't get what I desired or wanted, whether it's for myself or for someone else, and it was not what I wanted or the opposite or other than what I requested or asked for or cried out for? And in my heart is a sense of, not disbelief, but my heart is a sense of displeasure. My heart is a sense of despair, of giving up. I'm making less dua. I'm not calling on him. Because when you ask yourself or answer the question, why I'm not making a lot of dua as I used to, it's because, he hasn't answered any of my duas. He hasn't answered any of them. It's very important for us to remember that when we call on God, the answering of our prayers is based on his terms. It's based on his terms, which is it's couched in his endless knowledge and wisdom and love for you. All of this together is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His love and mercy for you is unlike any other love and mercy. It's more than the mercy of the mother and father for their child. It's more than the mercy of a mother when her child is born, for her little baby. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is greater and more manifest than that. So when he does something for a reason that you do not know, it requires trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his names and his attributes. From this being wisdom on why he didn't give it to you, and knowledge of the situation that took place in which he did not give whatever you asked for or take away from you that which you wanted to be relinquished and taken away. So this verse is very beautiful in reminding us about ourselves and the reality, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us the example of the one that may not have shukr and thankfulness and gratitude. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us in this beautiful day, as we leave from the masjid and the rest of the day, to just think about the blessings that he has given us, and also think about the times where we wanted something and we didn't get it, but contrast that to everything that we have now, from health and wealth and family and longevity, inshallah ta'ala, in worshiping him and showing thankfulness to him. So ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of a dhakireen, a shakirin, to make us of those that remember him and those that are thankful. Innahu waliyyu dhalika. Sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.